What's up, brochachos? It's your boy Tanner Wyman of Barbarian Body, and today we're doing a little bit of a vlog. Thought I'd give this a go, and let's get started first with a physique check. Okay, so here's how we're looking now. So if you guys remember from the 10,000 calorie challenge, you can kind of take into account how the physique is looking. I'm putting on some muscle, but do take into account here. And I'm currently in a bulk right now, so I'm gonna be a little bit bigger because I'm putting on some size, but that's totally acceptable. Okay, what are we looking at here? 220 again. Okay, we're doing good, by the way. You like the socks? 220, we're doing really good actually for weight as of right now. Currently, like I said, I'm doing a bulk. Now, I do this kind of cyclically, so I'll bulk kind of heavily for the first couple of weeks, and then after I gain a little bit of fat, then I'll just kind of slowly regress from eating a ton of calories and being a little bit loose with my diet, and then I'll start to add in a little bit more cardio, because as of right now, I'm only doing about 1 to 2 sessions per week. Now I'm going to try and stick with about 2 to 3 and just be a little bit more strict with my diet. Not to mention that 10,000 calorie challenge that just happened, and it was my birthday last week too. My birthday is Halloween. Shout out to everybody that did say happy birthday. Thank you very much. So I'm doing a little bit of damage control. Now it's time to get my outfit of the day. All right, here we go. Kind of hard because I don't got the tripod. Green jeans as always, the sweet dotted blue socks that you guys definitely just saw, and whatever you call one of these shirts. I don't know, I feel like kind of like a, I don't know, an 1800s, but like they wore these in white. Mine's black. We're swagging out. Okay, time to head to the office. My goal is to show you guys everything that I'm gonna be eating today. I gotta be a little bit quiet there because I don't want to interrupt anybody else while they're on the phones, or just kind of be really annoying when I go, oh, we're having cereal, but I'm gonna get some Vector cereal right now, and we'll go from there. I'm gonna try and show you absolutely everything, and what do you think, Sandy? Sound like a good idea? Pulled up at the office, and guess what I remembered I get to do today? I get to put up the Christmas tree. Well, it's already up, I just gotta decorate it. Let's get it. Oh, great. This is getting fucking confusing. I can't even find the male and the female pieces to connect it.
Oh, I'm always good at finding the female piece. Let me take a look.
What do you think of it? Pretty good? Okay, so we got the Christmas tree all set up. That thing was so goddamn difficult too because they got like 2 extra female pieces on. I was trying to connect the male. It was a nightmare trying to figure it out after you have up all the bulbs. Super, super difficult, but it's up and it looks great. Now I gotta go pick up lunch. You know the usual for all my Instagram followers, Freshie. Okay, just picked it up, the best. This is the Freshie that I always get. The one I get is teriyaki twist, but you got other options like my buddy Josh got here. That one right there is the bamboo bowl. Someone else wanted the sushi, so we hooked that up, and then we got a bunch of other stuff, soup and stuff. Now it's time to eat. We're talking about how to get some bigger guns. How can we increase the size of our arms? I get this one asked all the time, and I'm gonna be sharing with you the exact details, and I want you guys to stick with me to the end of the video because I'm going to be sharing with you the exclusive arm routine that I've been using for the past couple of weeks, and I'm telling you, it's been really helping me to put on some size. So let's get straight into this thing. So the very first thing you need to do is you need to begin training the arms 2 times per week. This is vital if you want any muscle group to increase in size. I need to make this mention right here. You need to give the muscle groups 48 hours at least of rest in between each one of these workouts so they can repair, they can recover, and they can grow. If you do anything shorter than that, you're gonna really hurt the amount of results that you can get, and you're gonna be kind of spinning your wheels. Now, next, this is vital. When I go about training these things, I always say this, but for all of you guys who've never heard this, your arm, okay, it's made up of your biceps and triceps, right? The tricep right here, this makes up 2/3 of the arm. Compare that to the biceps, which only makes up that 1/3. So the size of this thing, it's double the size of your biceps. And this is why you want to put priority on the triceps. You want to train this thing first when you have the most amount of energy, and you can really utilize all the energy to increase the size of this massive muscle group, because it's going to grow twice as fast as the bicep just because of the size comparison. Now next, super important, high volume. When you're doing each one of these exercises, I'm sticking with 15 to 20 reps sets as of right now. I'm really trying to pump as much blood into the muscle as I possibly can. I'm really trying to stimulate and achieve hypertrophy by pushing the amount of repetitions that I get for one. Now the next thing we need to do is we also need to increase our time under tension. Now if you don't know what time under tension, that simply means how long you keep the muscle group working throughout the set. So I'm gonna give you an example. I've got a buddy that I work out with. He's always working out doing the exact same exercise as me, okay? We're both doing 10 repetitions. His 10 reps, he's gonna finish them in about half the time that I'm gonna take in order to finish mine. Now the reason this happens is because he's typically just dropping the weight, and he's really just pumping them out as fast as he possibly can. He just thinks in his mind, get 10 reps. Doesn't matter how long it takes, you just get them done, and you'll get the results. However, when you keep the muscle engaged the entire time throughout any of these biceps and triceps exercises, nice and slow and controlled, you're getting a nice squeeze at that peak contraction there. That's what's really gonna allow you to break down the muscle tissue as much as possible and then stimulate as much growth. And you're also gonna be pumping a ton of blood when you're doing that as well. But not only that, you need to be doing at least 2 exercises for each one of these muscle groups. The triceps are a great example of this. There's 3 heads. If you do any single exercise, you're gonna be mostly focusing on just one head of the triceps. If you start incorporating, 2 or 3 exercises, then you're able to target the muscle group from all these different angles and then stimulate the most amount of growth. The same thing goes with the biceps, okay? You got your inner head, which is your shorter head, and then you got your outer head, which is your longer head. You're gonna be doing seated preacher curls, and you're really mostly only gonna be focusing on that inner head, and you're gonna be neglecting a lot of the outer head right there, and as well the brachialis. So if you're neglecting those things, and you're neglecting and leaving a lot of the gains on the table, so you wanna take advantage of hitting the muscle group from all different angles. Next, you must be tracking 3 important things. You need to be tracking the weight you're using for all these exercises, the amount of sets you got, and the exact amount of repetition. Now, when I give you all 4 of these exercises, the ones that I'm personally using right now to increase the size of my biceps and triceps, record the reps, the weights, and the set. This is so that we can constantly bring in progressive overload into the picture, okay? So let's say you get yourself up on the preacher curl and you're getting, 15 repetitions with 35 pounds in each arm, okay? So your total is 70 pounds there. Next week, you're gonna write that down, right? You're gonna write that down this week. Next week, your goal is to come and either use 40-pound dumbbells in each hand or to increase those repetitions from 15 to 20. 15 to 20 might be a little bit of a stretch, so you might need to go to 17 repetitions. You need to set the bar, set the high score. You wanna think about it like that. Set your high score this week, and then come back next week and go, I gotta beat this, and I know what I can beat, I know what I have to beat, and if I wanna see gains, then I must beat this. Either I'm gonna do more weight for the exact amount of sets and reps that I got last week, or I'm gonna do more sets, or I'm gonna do more reps. And if I don't, then I'm not gonna be providing my body with any reason to grow. This is extremely vital if you wanna grow your muscles. If you miss out on this step, there's no hope for you. This is extremely vital. Track your weight, track your lifts, track your sets and reps, beat it. Finally, nutrition. A lot of people neglect this one. You need to be providing your body with the resources it needs to build the muscle tissue. So you must be in at least a slight calorie surplus. I would say at least 250 calories surplus if you want to see some noticeable and significant growth on your arms. So you need to calculate your calories first off, eat at a calorie surplus of 250 calories, and then you also need to be getting in 1 gram, at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, so that you can give your body the resources that it needs to build this muscle. Okay, now I'm going to be giving you guys my exact routine. So the first exercise that I've been doing lately is overhead cable extensions. Great exercise, and as I mentioned, 15 to 20 repetitions. This one's going to allow you to get a lot of that long head of the tricep targeted because your arm is over your head. And when you're using that cable, I really want you to focus on separating them at the top there, okay? So when you get it up here, this is when most people stop. This is okay, but you can make it a lot better by separating the cables as far as you possibly can to get a little bit more of that contraction of the triceps. And then directly after that, still using the cable, I like to get into some rope push downs. Again, you're gonna be utilizing a neutral grip here, and I also want you to focus, again, the same way that we were doing with overhead extensions, bring it up to the top and then separating it. I want you to do the same thing at the bottom. So you're bringing the rope down and then you're separating those arms and you're getting that nice squeeze at the bottom. Okay, now to finish off for the biceps, okay? The show, the thing everybody wants. We're gonna be going into dumbbell preacher curls. This is just what I've been doing recently with a supine grip, palms facing up. So you're gonna be going down, and I like to get down nice and low. I don't recommend, just because I've heard so much controversy about, you know, going down all the way versus not going down all the way. Go down to the point just before you lock out, because I've heard of a lot of people, when they lower it and they lock out completely, they have a lot of elbow issues. So stop just before the lockout. I'm not saying come down to here. This is where a lot of guys, they just do curls like this. You're using too much goddamn weight. Come down to here, but just don't go down to there. As I said, 15 repetitions going down nice and slowly so you can prevent that elbow injury, and then also so you can increase your time under tension. The eccentric needs to be vital. Okay, next, reverse lying incline curls. Love this exercise, and this one is so good for your brachialis and then obviously the outer long head of the biceps. Now, what is vital here is you need to be doing this extremely slowly if you want to incorporate that brachialis as much as possible. That's what this exercise is mostly going to start focusing on. The slower that you can do it, the more you can focus on that, because that brachialis lies right underneath the bicep, and that's what's really going to allow you to get that nice bicep peak and allow that bicep to sit up nice and tall as you possibly can there. When you're doing this exercise, 15 to 20 repetitions, I want you to come down probably about as slowly as possible. This one's gonna have the slowest eccentric, which is the negative portion. When you're bringing the arm down there, I like to stick to about 3 to 5 seconds on each and every single one of those repetitions. Just got home, still haven't eaten anything since that bowl of cereal, that Vector cereal, and my bowl of Freshie. It's currently about 5:50 p.m. I'm gonna go on a run right now, and it's actually kind of cold. So maybe like 2 degrees right now. We're in Canada. So this is how I prepare for it. Physique check quick. But I use these leggings, right? I put these just under a pair of shorts. And then I'll also rock this sweatshirt over top, just so that I don't completely freeze out there. It'll start cold. It always starts cold because you got this and the leggings on top of the shorts and you're running. You get super hot. I might even toss on a hat to just keep my headphones in. So now it's time to go.
Halfway through my run right now, feel great. I'm listening to that new 21 Savage and Offset mixtape Without a Warning. Rap Save Me is the hardest track on that. When Offset comes in with, where's the money? Where's the paper? Hard. So I gotta push here. Finish off the run. I'll give you guys a little glimpse of how far it is. Recently, I've been taking these runs pretty long distance. Preference, only reason. I'm really looking forward to doing my little bit longer runs, less sprint intensive and more cardiovascular. Time to continue. Let's kill it, run.
Okay, just got back from the run. Wish I could say the Casey Neistat thing. Completed that 4 or 5 miles in 2.3 minutes per mile. I don't know, I just run and I push myself in the shower and finally eat. And for reference, it's 6:36 p.m. Now I can finally eat. I haven't eaten anything since like lunchtime, which was that Freshie Bowl, and I'm starved. For reference, 6:56 p.m. and dude, I'm so pumped. I've been waiting for my mom's shepherd's pie all day. Now it's time to get it. Look at this. Got a lot of carbs, protein, and a bit of fiber. Now, normally, sometimes when I'm trying to get a little bit more micronutrients, I'll go in here and grab a thing of spring mix, but as you can see, there's none really left. My mom has made all the salads here, so that's all been claimed for now. So I'm gonna have to find another source of micronutrients from either fruits or vegetables. Words can't even describe how hungry I am and how close my tripod is to falling. This is when I'm eating most of my calories throughout the day. It's just the way it goes. I know that's the way for a lot of people as well. Okay, now I want to show you guys how tough my family makes it to eat healthy and not to eat junk. You ready? We get these Welch's snacks here, so good. The ones with the yogurt on them, even better. These right here, my favorite cookies, Chips Ahoy cookies. We got Fruit Gushers, these rich cheese sandwich crackers, these things, these granola bars, which, by the way, Nature Valley markets those things as kind of healthy, you know, for the guys that are out there hiking on the weekend and being healthy as opposed to being hungover and drinking. Check the calories, check the sugars, check all of that stuff. It's not as good and as healthy as you could possibly get. And then in addition, we got things like this. Again, another case, just like the Nature Valley markets it as, you know, it's a healthy little snack. Not. And then these granola bars, love these, some of my favorites. So typically at this point, the main thing I wanna have is those Chips Ahoy cookies right over there. But to curb that, I like to have 1 heaping tablespoon of peanut butter. It helps me get in my fats for the day, and also it curbs your want for more junk food and stuff. And peanut butter, who doesn't want this? So literally, full tablespoon. You see that? That's a big one. And then pretty much you just, like, you bite off parts of it. This is gonna be like the messiest thing to eat, so I'm gonna not talk while I'm recording it, but I'm eating it. Okay, now because we don't actually have any salad mix, like I said, the next thing that I'm gonna do to get in some micronutrients and fill up on low-calorie foods, baby carrots in a bowl. I'm gonna be cruising Instagram and YouTube a little bit right now, so it's gonna be good to just chew these at the exact same time. But before I get to that, I have to feed my bonsai tree here. Mad parenting skills right there. All right, last meal of the day here. We got mashed potatoes, white potatoes. We got beef brisket up in this, and then we got a nice piece of steak here. That was probably gonna be the last meal that I'm going to eat today, in addition to this right here is gonna be like a snack. This right here is just one of those chocolate covered granola bars. And that's gonna be pretty much it. Now remember, take into account the fact that I said I'm kind of reserving myself from doing this crazy bulk, and I'm in my cycle right now of trying to do, not steroid cycle, but cycle of just bulking and cutting and stuff. And I'm just kind of pulling my foot up off the gas a little bit here, just so I don't get too fat, because I notice a little bit of the fat coming in now. I'm just gonna slow down on the calories and then focus a little bit more on the cardio. Do that for about a week, week and a half, and then back into increasing the calories and increasing my protein. Just for reference, this is how we're looking here. Look at that steak, that brisket is so good, and potatoes. All right, that concludes the vlog for today. I showed you guys everything that I've eaten today. I showed you me putting up the Christmas tree. Gave you some killer tips on how to get some bigger guns. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, be sure to give your boy a like down below. And also be sure to subscribe for weekly workout tips and nutrition tips that you will not want to miss. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. See you in the next video.